criminal libel? Criminal libel is one of the most abused means to suppress free expression and press freedom in the Philippines. The fear of possible imprisonment and the imposition of fines has on many occasions silenced press criticism of government officials and even the reporting of matters of public interest. The media in the Philippines are often remarked upon as being the free in Asia. Conventional academic opinion in the Philippines attributes the country's long tradition of respect for free expression and the free press. Philippines is composed of vast media. Those medias involve social media like Facebook, Twitter, Google, Yahoo, email, and so on, including television and radios. Thus, freedom of expression exists nowadays. Does freedom press consider as free itself? The Philippines demonstrates how the existence of both liberal laws and the liberal tradition is no guarantee for the full exercise of free expression. Thus, journalists need to limit the information they found to the citizens. We have seen how the libel used by the administration of President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo as a weapon to go after journalists who wrote critical stories about her administration. Decriminalization of libel is much as way better to protect the information necessary for the journalists and reporters. For the time being consumed, press freedom and free expression slowly faded and libel rises. Journalists and reporters were killed. Fighting for decriminalization of libel is a means of fighting our freedom to express, particularly to political libel or libel allegedly committed against public officials and public figures. Why discriminalize libel? Because it would uphold the freedom of expression and press enshrined in the Constitution and in the international agreements. It would enable journalists to perform their duty to report and criticize official action without fear of censorship or persecution. The libel law does not distinguish between speech exercised in pursuit of political ends and speech that is in public concern. As against speech that is a public concern, we all know that journalists, reporters gave us information, facts in what's happening in our society. In order for them not to limit their information, we Filipino people must fight to discriminalize libel. Some government officials filed a number of libel suits against journalists, demanding millions of pesos damages and its injustice. In this doubtful world, we need to ensure justice and right for us people to know the truth, but because of the libel, journalists and reporters are afraid it was a weapon waiting to use more repressive times. In the meantime, it made the nation harassment possible through the filing of charges anywhere a newspaper is circulated or a TV or radio broadcast is heard and or seen. Libel has become the weapon of choice against media. It is not only contributing to the constriction of democratic space or orchestrated with the regime, it also shows how far the country had gone down the road of repression. Freedom of expressionism is a universal human right, not in their work, not in the privilege of journalists in their day-by-day work. Journalists are simply exercising every citizen's right to free speech. A free press is fundamental to a domestic society. It seeks out and circulates news information, ideas, comments, and opinions for a multiplicity of voices to be heard. A free place the rules also amends, and that is why freedom of press is also necessary in order to know what is right, what is true, and fair. Only a free press can ensure people's access to inform and help to build well-informed, transparent, and accountable society. Press for its part as a conscientious body of the society should not misuse its freedom. Realizing the far-reaching impact of freedom of press, and now it can pose a big challenge to abuse of power, corruption, and monopoly or vested interest of any group, power holders, despotic government, dishonest politicians, or businessmen deny repressive its freedom, and whenever press becomes threat to their narrow party or personal interest, they attempt to stop in voice. So when a spastic or hierarchical ruler monopolizes corporate dishonest businessmen, all create obstacles to freedom of press because they see the freedom of press as destructive to their uninterrupted misdeeds and wickedness. A free and independent press can give a direction to the economy of the country. Economic crisis can be overcome if the press tries to boost the moral of the common man.